The sun at last is shining. The summertime is back, it's 99 degrees. It's time to put the top down and cruise down the highway wild and free.
Welcome everybody to the Don't Unfriend Me show as we get everybody on. Olivia, Amy, and I are in the house. Good to have you here. Shirt of the show is Ask the Why. Coffee mug, t-shirt, sweatshirt, all of it on sale in about 2 minutes. And we will have it up for you. Ask the Why, something we talk about all the time here is everyone wants to know the who, what, when, where, but we don't ask the why. You get the answer when you ask the why. Pretty simple. Continue to do it. Tonight we're going to ask the why. Why the hell Donald Trump can't keep his foot out of his mouth. That would be something we should talk about.
He's weird.
He's just weird. He's so weird.
We need that
They're all
shirt.
just weird.
Is it a weird shirt or something? I don't know.
Yeah, well, you know, did you obviously watch the video today that I did?
I did.
Oh, okay, so you know the weird. Yeah,
It's all over.
We might play. Oh, of course it's all over. It's all they do. It's all they know how to do. They're douche plows. All right, everybody. On sale, 15% off. Ask the why. We got 15 seconds. We're going to be back. This shirt's on sale till 9:30. We're going to have a good night tonight. Let's get it going. See ya in just a few seconds. Dumb Club, folks. Sorry, I was watching another video. Members only monthly invites to meetings with all the other dummies. Amy and Leroy did it last week. Premium news content is for everybody. You also get a whole bunch of discounts at different places, a quarterly gift box. Jump on over to thedumbclub.com and take a look and support the Dumb Nation.
Hey, Matt, congratulations on your success, brother. And I really appreciate you giving both sides, and just free speech, the opportunity to have a platform, dude.
Got it. You got it. Thanks for everything you've done for this country, Eli. We'll talk next time. Tell Jen hello, and I'll have this ready in a couple of hours, and you can share it and take a look. Thank you, man.
Thanks, brother.
All right. Bye-bye. Step into wicked.
Adjusting transmitter output. This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
What's going on, Don't Unfriend Me Nation? Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Good to have everybody here. Donald Trump is going on in just a few seconds. I think he's probably taking stage now. It's a Donald Trump rally, folks. It's not like we all haven't seen it a million times. I don't know if we're going to play a lot of it. We'll probably play some of it. Did you see him today? Did you have a chance to hear what he did? And he had the opportunity to be honestly super courageous. I think it's a huge thing to walk into the lion's den, supposedly, and know that he's going to get eaten apart and beaten apart and all that. But he could have handled some things better. I think most people who watched, who are honest, and not everybody is. Let's be honest. A lot of people see through some very rose-colored glasses when it comes to Donald Trump. But in this case, he opened his mouth a little bit too much. And I'll be honest with you, my gut tells me that if Donald Trump can't figure out a way to go after policy and stay out of the gaslighting fray, he's going to lose. This is exactly what Joe Biden did to him. He can't stand people speaking positively about Kamala Harris. He needs to understand this is a very small group of people who are involved. They own the social media. It's bothering him completely, and he's rising to the bait. And it's got to stop. He's going to lose. And I told you this in 2020 that you're in a general election. You have to pivot. And the thing is like, honestly, the assassination attempt on Trump was probably the worst possible thing that could happen to him. And I think it's made him revert back to this person who doesn't think before he speaks. And
bulletproof.
Yeah,
I guess you would say.
For a week he was great, and but for the last like 13 months he has been amazing. Like he's gone back to being patient and listening and addressing the real problems. But he hasn't been doing that lately. And I don't mind him questioning Kamala Harris's heritage, but there's a way to do that, and there's a way not to do that. And you should let your pundits, people like me and other conservative channels, do that. We're going to do it for you. You don't need to do that stuff. You don't need to get your hands dirty. What you need to do is question about her socialist policies, and question about abortion, and question about her wanting to ban guns. I don't know. Go ahead.
Is Wimkin live?
No.
Okay.
Damn it. You got to remind me right away.
Sorry.
I forget. Hold on. Going live on Wimkin. Hold on.
Okay.
People like me and other conservative channels. Okay. I'm live.
Okay.
You don't need to ending. Tell me that we're good. So
good.
So the thing is, yeah, we're going to go into it tonight. And I'm going to plead the case that Kamala Harris is a complete shill, is completely fake. She's about as African American as some white kid from Beverly Hills who's trying to be the next Eminem. But he can't. You can't go into a predominantly black auditorium with people who are like black nationalists and expect to win by sitting there saying she's not black. It's just, whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter. There's just things you don't say. You could have walked in there and you could have talked about criminal justice reform and how you worked with, the Kardashian family. And you can talk about the work that you've done with black colleges and black fraternities and sororities and refunding those. You can talk about the contract with America that you made and opportunity zones that you created. You can talk about how minority joblessness, and it was the lowest of all time before COVID. You can talk about how you didn't put mandates on these neighborhoods and shut down these black schools. There's a lot of things that you can talk about. More importantly, how you have not kept them in perpetual slavery for 75 years is also something you can talk about. But what you can't do is just go up there and start going after a black reporter because she's a snatch. And she is a snatch. And she's a world-class snatch. But it didn't work when you did it to Megyn Kelly. It didn't work when you did it to Roseanne Barr. It doesn't work. And women are the ones you're trying to get, and you're breaking women down, and you can't do that. Well, you can, you're just not going to win.
Yes.
Tell me I'm crazy.
I agree with you. I don't know if it was last night or the night before. I watched it last night, so I don't know when it was on. But he was on Laura Ingraham for the Ingram angle. And I was like, holy cow. I'm like, did he actually just say these things? I was like, rewind it. Let me make sure I heard him correctly. He sounded incredibly racist. He was just, I know what he meant, but he's saying
nobody
things
else will.
Exactly. He's saying things so incorrectly. It just gives the left so much fuel to be like, well, he said this, and it sounded really horrifying. And I agree with you. All he has to do is literally go back to when she started running for president and pull videos of the left talking about how she's the first Indian woman to be running.
Right.
Like that's all he has to do instead of putting people down. Like Trump is walking a very fine line. I mean, at this point, he still has my vote. I'm not voting for Kamala under any circumstances.
Of course. But was that ever in question?
No, but I'm just saying, like, I could see someone who is on the fence, who is like, I like Trump.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Like, God, he's really sounding horrible. And Kamala's doing great in the media, sort of. Not great. She's doing better than Trump
She just doesn't have to be Trump at this point. That's all she has to do. Right. And that's the thing that they don't seem to understand is that's all she has to accomplish is just not be Trump. And Trump has to not be Trump. Yeah. And Kamala has the easier job. Folks, you can't sit here and tell me you're okay with all this. You can't sit here and tell me you've got funny joy feelings about all this. You can't tell me that this is exactly the way you imagine the campaign. Holy crap, Paul, thank you so much.
Very, very much,
Paul.
Wow, Paul, that's a whole lot of gimp. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. 20646. That puts us at what? 3697, is that right? Holy moly. Yeah. Thank you so much, Paul. That's going to pay the lights. You're 90 days out. Does everyone feel good? Does everyone feel as good as you felt 2 weeks ago? Okay. No. Well, then don't get mad at me. Darren says he needs to talk about her sleeping with that's the last thing he needs to do. That's the last thing he needs to do. If he goes and starts talking about Willie Brown and Montel Williams and Obama to get where she is, he's going to lose this election. You're going to lose the black vote. You're going to lose the female vote, and you're going to lose this election. This is yours to win. This is why I wanted Haley on the ticket, folks, because Haley could go out there and question Kamala's ethnicity because she's a minority. I told you a long time ago that Nikki Haley should have been the vice president. And you know what? She absolutely fucking should be. And if this doesn't go the way we want it to, I'm going to go back to this. Two things, DeSantis and Haley. You had DeSantis who could run and have taken the ticket and beat Biden or Kamala. And you had Haley who could go there and field all this shit about Kamala. Because if she questions her accent, if she questions her Indian princess routine and then now African princess routine and her socialist bullshit, it doesn't seem racist because Nikki Haley goes, are you kidding me? I'm Indian. What the fuck do you mean? I'm actually Indian and I don't hide from it. Even though you guys said because I changed my name to Nikki, which is actually just a short rendition, English version of my name. You guys, but you're going to let her go ahead and change her race? Nikki Haley would have been perfect to destroy Kamala. And that is the pivot that should have been made. Go ahead. Anybody else?
I just, Kamala and her, is it Ebonics? Is that what it's called? Like the slang? I don't know. I'm not black. I'm not from like a place where Wait
a second. You're not black?
I'm not black.
You were our fucking DEI hire. What do you mean you're not black?
That's because I'm a woman.
I'm sorry,
was
Amy.
before
You're
Libs,
gonna bye. So okay, folks.
I got a
we're
question.
we're gonna let a person in a black shirt stand in for Amy because honestly,
Can you just teach me to blackface?
Listen, it's really simple. All you got to do is go ahead and lie and say you're black now. It's real
Yeah.
simple. Just Kamala does it really well. Go ahead.
My family's farmers. I'm sure there's black in my blood somewhere.
I got some slave in me. I can feel it. It's a great movie, by the way. If you don't know what movie that is, whatever. Liv, go ahead.
Did you put the 2 donations we got in the show last night? Did you put them in?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
I did.
Okay.
By the way, folks, it has arrived. It is
looks awesome.
It is officially made. The Republic for which it stands. The books are. I got a chance to read them all. I just got them, and I hadn't had a chance. This is American flag etiquette, and it goes through and talks about when the stars were added to each state, when the flag changed. So, starting off with the 13 all the way to 50. It goes into, what do you do when it's half mast, half staff? What's the difference between half staff, half mast? What happens when the flag gets torn? What happens when it touches on the ground? Do you light it at night? Do you take it down during inclement weather? Everything is right here in the flag etiquette book. And the great thing is that it is the old American flag etiquette book, which is still pertains to today, but the language is based upon 1800s style writ, which is outstanding. The Book of Virtue, which is a great book. It was posthumously printed in 1791, posthumously being that Benjamin Franklin had already died. But it talks about his youth, and it talks about the virtue, which wasn't just a word for women, but it was also for men to be virtuous, to be kind-hearted. It is a wonderful read, and as we know, Franklin was a fantastic writer. So this comes with it, and then last but not least, we have the Emancipation Proclamation. And this is really unique because it's a soft purple. Abraham Lincoln. It has the actual original printed inside the cover. It's got photographs, and it breaks down the speech into sections. So if you want to just read a certain section of the speech and learn about the Union and the railroad, or you want to go ahead and talk about Lincoln had already, set aside legislation earlier in this year or this part of his term, and this is what he's referring to. So it's the Emancipation Proclamation. And I know it's a very eclectic book series, flag etiquette, Benjamin Franklin, and then the Emancipation Proclamation. But that's the whole point of it is it's a running series. So this will be a limited edition. This is more expensive. I'm not going to lie. The books themselves are actually a rarer form of the series of books that you already have. Each of those are about $3 more a piece. They're hitting me on that. And then the box itself is now considerably more to make because wood's expensive. We're adding additional engraving and stuff like that and staining. So I think the price on these are going to be between $74 and $79, which is not that much. It's actually $10 to $15 more per box. Actually, no, it's not. It's $5 to $10 more depending upon which one I decide. But these are going to be photographed and ready to go tomorrow. We're going to be taking pre-orders. The pre-orders will be for 30 days. We're going to give it a full 30-day pre-order. That way, Jason has enough time to cut these, make them right, make them look beautiful, and send them out. So I thought you all would be excited to see that because they are pretty damn cool. So what do you think, Ames?
I love it. I was going to ask you if I could get mine on Saturday from y'all at breakfast, but I guess that's a no. So,
no, I can give you this one. This is fine. I'll give you this one. This is fine. This is the mock-up. I just need to photograph it. I'm waiting for my new camera mount to come in, and as soon as it is, I'm going to film it, and we're going to get a commercial for it. So we're really excited about that. So just FYI. Documents of Freedom, we have one left, so if anyone's interested, and then we're going to stop production on that until we get caught up with these. I have a feeling that we're going to sell 100 of these damn things. So
I don't have that either, and I keep saying I'm going to get it, so I'll just take both of those. I'll pay you. I'll Venmo you. Is that okay? Instead of going through the site?
Just buy them on the site. It's easier.
Better?
Because the reason why for tax purposes it's important, and if we sell a certain amount outside of our normal processes, we have to file a completely separate tax return. I don't want to do that. So
unless it's cash. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you would ever do
blah,
that.
blah,
IRS.
blah 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 blah. Not on live show.
No,
I don't need an audit. I don't need an audit. So, all right. So the pre-order is not on the website. It won't be up there till tomorrow. Okay. But we will have it tomorrow up there. I'll let everybody know, and I'll put it on the DUM Nation, and I'll put it on Facebook. You'll see it. It'll be everywhere. And the best way to learn what's new and exciting on the show is to go to thedumshow.com. And when that pop-up comes up with an email, put your email in there, and you'll get updates for when new media comes out, when we're going to go live, what product comes out. But yeah, this is it. The Republic for Which It Stands box set. It's really nice. He actually even put a nice little shine on it too. So this is pretty cool. And this is the second edition. So we're pretty pumped up about it. I'm really happy with the books though. And I know the Declaration, Bill of Rights and everything is cool. This is just a nice amalgamation of American history. And I think you guys will enjoy it. Okay. Now that we've done that, let's go ahead and move on. Jeanette Wall says, Matt, don't we need a VP in the White House, or is it okay for her to run around trying to clean up her image? Thanks. Listen, this time of year, it's completely normal for the president and the vice president, especially in the last 120 days of the year, during an election year, to not be focused on the White House. This is totally normal. Everyone goes through a lame duck presidency between the months of, September all the way till January. The Supreme Court's out of session. Congress will be going home soon. This is kind of just the sleepy time for politics. So there's really nothing to do. Plus, the vice president doesn't do shit anyway. And we know that Kamala Harris doesn't do anything. So this is completely normal. Tommy goes, the VP does not do crap in reality. That's absolutely true.
Wait,
VP doesn't do shit.
Didn't she fix the border, and wasn't she in charge of the electric buses and stuff for the schools? She did some stuff, right? Didn't she do?
Yeah, Joe Biden did the bus. Joe Biden did the busing, is my understanding.
Yeah, it was never finished.
Listen, Trump took the stage. Let's hear where he's at in his conversation here, and we'll listen to this for a few seconds. And we got a lot to go over tonight, so this isn't going to be a long time.
So last night, Kamala Harris even tried to outbrand a new Southern accent. Did you hear a new accent? If I ever did that, all of those people back there, look at them, look at all those cameras. That's something. Oh, when I go through hell, I'd have a week of hell if I ever tried to do that. The contrast could not be more stark. On the one hand, you have a radical left puppet candidate who is fake, fake, fake. And on the other hand, you have a president who will fight, fight, fight for America.
That's good. That's a plus.
This is a hell of a big arena. How many seats? This looks like Madison Square Garden. This is a big, beautiful place. Wow. I didn't care. Although they'd prefer that we be in an arena. I don't know why. But we're not giving up the outdoor rallies. You know, all those people that we had to turn away today at an outdoor rally, we had 107,000 people show up in New Jersey. 107,000. But in the South Bronx, we had 25,000 people. It was like a...
Leanne, you can listen to it on Wimkin. It's in the lower right corner, wimkin.com. That's probably the best because you don't have to register, but I'd recommend it. It's a great social media platform. A lot of great things are happening for Jason Shepard and team. And plus, we're part owners. So, it's kind of cool. Amy, Olivia, myself are all owners, partial owners of Wimkin. I think we own 10% share, which is an amazing thing. So as Dan Bongino has Rumble, we have Wimkin, and Wimkin is 9 million strong. It's got Roseanne Barr on it. We're adding people every single day, and it's an amazing platform. So please do me a favor and join. You won't be sorry. It's a great platform. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Me? I was...
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh,
wasn't
I
gonna say
am
anything.
very distracted by the I guess they're Mennonites because I don't think Amish can have cell phones, right? So
Right.
just
I don't
distracted
know.
by him on his phone.
I was gonna wonder what Giuseppe was doing.
Giuseppe.
I was gonna ask, but I don't know what he's doing for sure. I'm trying to get these. Hold on one second, everybody. Let me play this, and then I gotta try to move this one.
South Bronx, tough place, but it was a lot of love. No matter how much Kamala Harris tries to change her image, she cannot change this fact. She is the most extreme liberal candidate in the history of our country by far. She's an extreme radical left lunatic. And you know, I've been saying for the last 6 months, I've been saying about politicians, because I really know politicians. Well, I've dealt with them on both sides, and you know, then I said, let's do this, you know, thank you. But when a politician comes out early on with an idea like she wants to defund the police and all these other things she wants to do, really bad things, that's where they're at. They're going to be there eventually, right? Mike Kelly, stand up, Mike, will you please? This guy, he used to stand up. He's my friend. He endorsed me on day one, right? Day one. Day one. He endorsed me before I was running. He said, that guy's got to run.
Matt says Trump took all the momentum and threw up on himself, still voting for him. I'm just saying, yeah, we need to call balls and strikes. He really has muddled and fuddled this since she switched, and his campaign was trying to figure out what and how to respond, and they just didn't have a strategy for Kamala Harris, and this is why they waited to the last minute. I mean, the Democrat. Listen, here's the thing I will say, and I want people to really hear me. Kamala Harris is going to surprise you if you continue to underestimate her. I know everyone would like to think that every single liberal out there is stupid and they're dumb because they believe that men are women and women are men, but they don't really believe that. You see, Kamala Harris knows she's not black, and she knows she's not Indian, and she knows that she's not Jamaican. She's all three, and she uses it to her political advantage. She doesn't believe that men are women and women are men. She doesn't believe that at all. She actually doesn't even believe in gay marriage because she's a progressive socialist. She doesn't really value God in any way, shape, or form. She doesn't go to church. She doesn't give any donations of large sums of money to the church. But she will espouse that she is religious because that's what she now has to do. She's not stupid. You like to think she's stupid, but she's not. She is a conniving, manipulative whore, as most politicians are. They are whores. They sell themselves and they lie in order to get elected. And they sell portions of themselves in order to go ahead and piecemeal their presidency or their Senate run or gubernatorial run or whatever it would be. So when we sit here and think that she's not shrewd, $300 million in campaign funds in less than a week makes you shrewd. It gives you a reservoir of dollars that can make you very, very appealing with lies because you're the person who's yelling the loudest, because you have the most airtime. You have the most radius. Go to Twitter. Every single ad is Kamala Harris. There's no Trump ads. There's not one. Go listen to the radio. Go listen to the large radio stations. Go listen to iHeart and go listen to every single radio. You can listen to KOA. You can listen to News Talk. You can listen to any station you want, and all of them are Kamala. So we have to understand that the RNC, it's still broke. It still hasn't changed. The RNC last year at this time was ready to declare bankruptcy. They don't have a reservoir to fuck around. Donald Trump is raising an ungodly amount of money, but that's just Trump. The other Senate and House races are going to suffer. We are for a harsh reality here if you think there's going to be a red wave. The only way that there's going to be a red wave is if we organize and bring friends to the polls and show up. But if that doesn't happen, we are going to lose the House. They will maintain the Senate, and they're going to win the presidency. All these talking heads out there that are telling you that Trump did a great job today, Trump didn't do a great job today. He did a great job when he accepted to go to an all-black auditorium with black nationalists and try to go ahead and represent. And that was an amazing win. And Kamala didn't even show up, so he had already won. All he had to do was go out there and be magnanimous and be the charming Donald Trump that he can be. And he didn't. He came out and he insulted her. He insulted the host. I don't care how bad she was being. I don't give a shit. She's black and she has the room. You don't have the room because you're fucking white. And they don't see you as the white shadow. Anybody knows that reference knows what I'm talking about from the TV show.
I don't know it.
Doesn't matter. You're too young.
I don't either. We're not Leroy.
You're too young.
Yeah.
So we have to understand here is that an opportunity was squandered today. Now they have sound bites and all over Twitter. Trump's a racist. We told you. Trump's a racist. We told you. It's everywhere. Trump has to understand is he doesn't own the news cycle. The media learned in 2020 not to give him 24 hours, 7 days a week coverage. He has to shut up and let Kamala hang herself. But if you won't allow her to own the news cycle with her negative reporting and her negative actions and negative comments and her trying to pander to black people, you're going to take the stage because you're not pandering to black people. You're going to come off as being a racist towards black people, which is better than her pandering to them.
I just wish the media would step in more. I mean, she's not doing well if you actually listen to what she's saying, which is just a whole lot of her, word salad that she likes. She's not answering questions, but the people who are asking these important questions, they're just letting her answer. She's not addressing anything. And then they don't hold her accountable. Like, hey, you didn't actually answer this question about our economy or about they're just like, oh, okay. Like, no, be like, well, you said nothing. Like, that's a whole lot of nothing. Answer the freaking question. And if you can't, why are you running for president?
Right.
I wish I could interview her.
I wish I could interview her because I'd put her, but see, it doesn't matter how poorly she does. If Donald Trump does poorly, he's going to earn the news cycle. Yep. By the way, the TV show is called The White Shadow. It's about a white coach who goes into Harlem and coaches black kids in basketball. Yeah. It's a fantastic TV show. I grew up with it. It was great. It was up there with Hill Street Blues and Quincy.
I'm sure Kamala knows all about it. She's in the streets.
Kamala is being coached.
Yeah.
Kamala has been told to stop the cackle. Kamala has been told to be serious. Kamala has been told to be a prosecutor. And she's made the switch. She's not doing the word salad bullshit anymore. She's sticking to talking points. She went up on stage and said today, which was very impactful in one sentence, Donald Trump, I recommend you debate me because where I come from, the old adage of say it to my face is in effect. It was really well done. Yeah. You guys don't have to like it, but it's going to play. It's better than, you know what? I think she was Indian and then all of a sudden decided to be black. That's not going to play well. Kamala won the news day, and you've got 96 news days left. And you're behind because her honeymoon period is here. And unless this drops and the media starts holding her accountable, which you have to hold her accountable. But if you go in there and you talk to her at that debate like you did today, you're going to lose because that's what you did to Biden and you lost. If you insult the other side's candidate and not allow them to do it themselves, they're just going to hate you more. Sometimes you have to be liked to change people's minds. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And if you don't know how to be liked, then nobody's going to listen to you. There's a lot of things he could have done. You know how I would have started off that conference? I would have done exactly what Kamala did. I'd be like, you know what, you guys, I know you guys don't like me, but there was a time when Tupac did and Snoop did and Run DMC did and Queen Latifah and Oprah were all my friends. And then I did the worst possible thing I could do. I ran for president and I lost all my friends. Ha, 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 ha. Good. Great start. Lean into them. Loosen your tie a little bit. Get in there and be the man you know how to be. You talk to white people that way. You talk to the rural community that way. Talk to the black folks that way. Talk to them colored people that way. They love that chicken shit from white people.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Ugh.
I just wanted to make sure my boy Eli Crane wasn't the only one that said coloreds. Folks, it's just stupid.
Golly.
It's so stupid. Yeah. It's like, I'm not, this isn't my day to like bag on Trump. I'm not bagging on Trump. I'm just giving you the reality. He's so fucking smart. He just outthinks himself sometimes. And I know he just wants to go after her. I know he wants to crush her because she's fake and she's vile and right. But you've got to prove that. You know what I'm saying? There you go. You get more bees with honey on speak. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Especially those black bees. You got to get those black bees doing the same thing. I'm talking like this because that's what Kamala sounded like today. Yes. She sounded literally like Frederick Douglass. She was doing a reenactment. A female Frederick Douglass, Frederikian would be her name. Fredjulique. I
would like to learn it. I don't think I have the swagger to talk, to spit that jab, honey, or whatever.
You just proved it.
Yep, I know. Okay.
Spit is predominantly a white.
There you go.
poor reference, and jive is Shema can't hang no anyhow. Shit. Olivia, bless you.
Thank you.
All right, so here's the deal. Let's listen to Trump for a few more,
Wait,
and then
Liv,
we're gonna.
Would you like to try Ebonics before we move on?
Oh yeah, Olivia, Ebonics works for you. Can you give us your best Ebonics impersonation? It's not racist. Go ahead.
I don't even know what Ebonics is.
Can you give us our best black female impersonation?
It's like what Kamala said. I'm in the streets.
There we go.
I've been out.
That's not good enough for you.
Can you give me a black?
I did the Z formation.
That's it. That's all you got.
That's all I got.
Well, it's funny when you went to that black baby shower, you came back impersonating them just fine.
No, I did not. That was the most uncomfortable.
She's like,
3 hours.
Get Whitey. No, I'm
my
just kidding.
goodness.
All right, let's go. Let's go ahead and listen to this a little bit longer.
Endorse him. I didn't even run. How many endorsements do I have? Well, you got Kelly of Pennsylvania. I wasn't running. Anyway, thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. He would stand out at those outdoor rallies when it was 10 degrees below zero and it was 97 degrees out without a shirt on. It's not that pretty a sight. Not that pretty, but he had no fear. He's a tough guy and they love him. They love you in this state. Kamala Harris co-sponsored Bernie Sanders' $32 trillion socialist takeover of the entire U.S. health care system. Think of this. U.S. health care, it would mean that we're going to have to raise your taxes, bankrupt our country, and she supported outlawing all of the private health insurance. A lot of people in this room have some people...
Shirley Butler says, Matt, what is the deadline to announce a VP pick, or is there one? There isn't one. Most people like to do it before the DNC, RNC, and the DNC isn't here yet. So she'll have it by August 15th or so. It's the right time to do it. She doesn't need to hurry. It's going to be Shapiro from Pennsylvania. They feel really good right now about Trump winning Michigan, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. And if they take Pennsylvania from him, and then ultimately Virginia will fall the same way, he's done. It's over. See, I told you guys this. Trump has a very slim path to victory. When he was leading in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, or Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, it looked very good. But he's lost that edge. Now you're like, oh, I don't believe the polls. Yes, you do, because you believe the polls a week ago. So you have to believe them now. And if you don't, you're not listening, folks. The polls are very accurate for state by state. Okay, they're very accurate. And especially when you use Real Clear Politics average or Rasmussen or any of the higher end polls that are a little bit more trustworthy, you have to understand is that if he cannot take Michigan or Wisconsin, he still has to hit Georgia. He just lost the lead in Georgia. He has to hit Georgia. He has to win Arizona. He didn't win those in 2020. He didn't win Pennsylvania in 2020. So he has to take Wisconsin or Michigan, one of the two, still take Georgia, still take Arizona, and hopefully flip Pennsylvania, Minnesota, Wisconsin, or Virginia. And if he doesn't do that, he doesn't have a path to victory. Do you understand what I'm saying? He doesn't have a path to victory. You can sit here and say all you want. Oh, yeah, but there's more voters, and it's a red wave, and Trump, it's rigged. And no, he's behind.
Has anyone pointed out to Shapiro, though, that his party hates him?
No, probably not. And this is why Shapiro hasn't come out and said absolutely at this point. I think Shapiro's smart enough to say, you know what, I'm going to wait and I'm going to really, truly see. But that's the thing. Shapiro's not a horrible guy. No, everything that I've heard that he's actually a pretty decent human being is what I've heard. We may not agree with his policies, but that doesn't mean he's a bad human being.
Yeah, agree.
Alexandra Wall says, Matt, you have said a few times that you don't believe Trump will be back in the White House. Well, it's not that I'm saying that. I'm just telling you what the numbers are saying, and I'm telling you how this goes. Okay, there's a very big difference between I want Trump in the White House and Trump will be in the White House. I have maintained for the last 3.5 years that Donald Trump will not win in 2024. And I have never said anything to the contrary. I have told you that there are times where he is doing very well, but the pathway to victory through public opinion is different than the pathway through the electorate. Would you guys like me to show you? Okay, good. Yes. I don't even care if you, I'm going to show you.
Yes.
Just so we understand. Okay. Just so, and it's not, this isn't me being a dick about it. I'm just giving you the truth. Okay. All right, so let's look at this together. Okay, now, okay, we got your ad. Yeah, I know you need to pay for your bills. You should do what I do and move to donations. People appreciate it. Speaking of donations, folks, we're ad free. Help us out. We need to make some moolah. All right. You guys can go to LinkTapGo. Yes, you can go to linktapgo.com/thedumshow. And dude, enough of the fucking ads. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. So if we take, dude, are you serious? You're fucking kidding me. This is ridiculous. This site used to be amazing.
Well, it's so close to the elections now. People are going to be, they are making as much money as they possibly can right now.
OMG. Okay. Can I give them money? Can I give you money to stop this?
That's why they do it.
Jesus, I'll give you fucking money. I'll donate. Just stop fucking hitting me with ads. Sorry for the language. A little frustrated.
Oh, it's never going to
stop. Dude, look at this shit. I can't even fucking operate the site. Every second an ad pops. Look at this shit.
Oh,
this is fucking crazy. You know what? Fuck you, 270 to win. I'll never go to you again. You just lost it. Never go there again. Unbelievable. I can't even remotely begin to work and show you guys what's going on because of this crap.
I will just say this too. We have a lot of people who are, I mean, I can't see everyone who's on. I can only see, I think, one site. But we have a lot of people on considering Trump is speaking. So thank you for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah, it is good to see.
It's nice to see everyone here.
All right, so let's go through this together. Thank you, Amy. That was very nice. Very lovely. Thank you for
just filling in.
Thank you for shutting down my language and everyone coming back going, God, this guy's angry. Alabama, Republican or Democrat? That's right.
Republican.
Right.
That goes to Trump. Alaska, that goes to Trump. Arizona, we don't know.
No, that's up in the air.
Arkansas,
red.
California,
blue.
Colorado, Connecticut,
blue.
Delaware,
blue.
District of Columbia. That doesn't.
Blue.
Florida's going to be red. Georgia, we don't know. It's a swing. Right. So let's Hawaii, blue, Idaho, red, Illinois, blue, Indiana, blue. Oh no, Indiana's red. Iowa. Oh, you mother humper. Iowa.
We don't know.
Red. No, Iowa's red. It's not going blue. Kansas. Oh my God. Matt, don't go so far to the right. Okay. Red. Kentucky. Red. Louisiana. Red. Maine. Blue. Maine District 1. District 2. They usually split, so we'll give it to a 2-1 ratio. Maryland. That's going to be blue. Massachusetts. Blue. Maryland's not going red.
I said blue, like 100%. They're always blue, aren't they?
Michigan's a swing state. Minnesota's a swing state, but right now that's blue. Mississippi, we're going to go ahead and say red. Missouri, red. Montana, red. Nebraska, red. Nebraska District 1, red. And we'll give 1 point to blue. That's usually the way it goes. Nebraska District 3. Let's just go ahead and split it. No, let's do that. That's more feasible. Nevada, that's a swing state. New Hampshire is going to be blue. New Jersey, blue. New Mexico, blue. New York, blue. North Carolina, red. North Dakota, red. Ohio, red. Oklahoma, red. Oregon, blue. Pennsylvania is a swing state. We'll leave it blank. Rhode Island is going to go blue. South Carolina will go red. South Dakota will go red. Tennessee will go red. Texas, red. Utah, red. Vermont will go blue. Virginia, I'm going to leave that blank. Washington will go blue. West Virginia will go red. Wisconsin will go, we don't know. And Wyoming will go red. There's the race. Now, take a look. Right now, you have got a 213 to 235. Okay? So let's just go based off 2024. Okay? Everybody go, let's go base off of 2020. So if we go off 2020, this is blue. We go off Arizona, this is blue. This is blue. Kamala Harris, 246. Trump, 235. Now it comes down to Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Virginia, what I told you. Okay? As of today, he's losing in all those polls, but it's still within the margin of error. Okay? No problem. Still possible. Okay? Let's just go ahead and say Virginia goes blue. Now it's 259 to 235. Let's go ahead and give him Pennsylvania for shits and giggles. Now you're at 259 to 254. Let's go ahead and give her Michigan. She wins the election. And if we give him this, he's short. Let's switch it. Now it's 269, 269. Remember what I said about New Hampshire, everybody? Remember how I said if he puts Nikki Haley on the ticket, he wins?
Yep.
He lost because Maine is going to go blue. She's at 270. I told you Nikki Haley should be on the ticket because of this. Because she would steal Maine votes and she would steal New Hampshire because the race is going to be that fucking close.
Can you write this all to Donald Trump's team, please?
They won't listen to me. They won't hire me because I'm one man and I don't need all their other consultants. Yeah. Every single one of his other consultants should be fucking fired because they're lying to him. They're not telling him the truth. Georgia will go red. That's not what the polling says. That's not what the polls say. And it did it in 2020. So let's go ahead and do 2024. Let's cross our dicks and sneeze, okay? That's what we want to do. That's fine. Let's do it. So let's go to Maine. And let's give Maine district. Let's give 1 to Republicans, which usually what happens.
Can you put it back up on the screen?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So let's give this, let's do this the way it should, which is 1 vote going to, usually what you see is they split this. You'll see 2 votes go to Democrats, 2 votes will go to Republicans, and Nebraska, it's now 5. So we're going to go ahead and it's usually going to be 2 points for red and 3 points for, let me see. Yeah, that works out. So 3-2 split is what it would be. So even right there, we just leave it like this. It's 270 to 268 wins. Okay. But let's go to 2020. Okay. Let's go to 2024. What we want to happen. You want this to go. You want this to go. Now it's 295 to 243. He wins. But that's assuming he takes Pennsylvania. Now it's 262 to 276. That's if he takes Georgia and if he takes Arizona.
What do you think about Virginia now? Do you think he's
if he would have had Nikki Haley on can I just tell you what this is my absolute, here it is. This is what I think would happen. Just watch. If Nikki Haley was on the ticket, this is what would happen. That's what would happen. He would take Virginia, he'd take Pennsylvania, and he would take Maine, and he would also take New Hampshire. That's what he would do. Guaranteed New Hampshire would go, and it's 4 electoral votes. I think it's 4. 4 electoral would go. If he would have put Nikki Haley on the ticket, this is what you get. 314 to 324. The same thing he beat Hillary by. He would kick the shit out of her. Arizona and Nevada will be red. What evidence do you have of that? They weren't red in 2020. Why would they be red now? The border? Fine. Give them Nevada.
Yeah.
So now you give them that. Now it's 320 to 218. But you don't have Nikki Haley on the ticket, so this goes back, and Maine is not going to flip. So Maine is going to do what Maine always does and give 2 and 2. Pennsylvania is going to stay blue. Virginia is going to stay blue. And you're telling me he's going to swing Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada, huh?
He might swing Arizona.
Listen to what Tommy, listen to what you just said. Georgia has always been red except for 20 and 22. What makes you believe that anything's changed? MAGA hasn't won shit since 2016. You know that?
I think he's got a pretty good chance to swing Arizona just because of the border issue right now. I think that's a big one right there.
Listen, I think he can take Georgia and Arizona, but it puts him in a situation where we had to give him Michigan. This is where you're at now. He takes Nevada. I don't think Nevada's. Do I think a debate will make a difference? Sure. But you're having to assume that will Kamala Harris undo the good that she's having right now with this ungodly amount of positive media spin? Yes, Herschel. Well, hold on real quick. Yes, Herschel hurt Georgia in 2022, but Kemp helped Georgia in 2022. So Herschel hurt Georgia, but so did Stacey Abrams. So that's not a fair analysis. Georgia is most assuredly blue right now. You can say it's not, but that's not the way the Senate works. That is a disenfranchised state that Donald Trump and Republicans turned them off, and they did not vote for the senators. They lost 2 Senate seats in 2022 or 2020 because they disenfranchised the voters. So until we see a get out and vote, Georgia's blue, and it remains blue. There's nothing that shows me that Georgia's been flipped. Nothing. That's just a nice thing to think, but it's not. There's no fact based on that at all.
I always thought Nebraska was always red because it's Midwest, and Midwest is always red.
It's not always red. They usually split vote. But go ahead and take a look at. Let's go look at 2022. All right, 270 to win. You know what? No, I'm not waiting 20 seconds. God, you suck. You suck so bad.
Do you think they're going to have a debate, though? Do you think Trump will actually debate Kamala?
Yeah, I do. So, like I said, Nebraska, it went 2-1. They got 1 electoral vote and 2-1 and 1, like I said. So it's split. So you got 2-1 and then 1 here, and then you got 2-1, 1, and 1 here. So usually a Democrat picks up a vote in Nebraska and a Republican picks up a vote in Maine. I just split them 50-50. With the 3 going in Nebraska and 2 going. So that's fine. But 1 vote at this point isn't going to make a big difference. But this is 2020, y'all. Georgia, blue. New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, blue. Colorado, blue. California, Virginia, Pennsylvania. Guys, I know this like the back of my hand. Get your ass out of my camera, cat.
Oh,
so
where's her
I know this. I know this map like the back of my hand. Okay. I know every point, and I know where it's possible. This is what happened in 2020. Everyone see that?
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing that leads me to believe that anything's changed. And that's the truth. And you can't sit here and say that, because when you look at any type of contested elections, if you take a look at any runoff elections, you take a look at any mid-season elections, we've lost. So you may not love that, but that doesn't mean it's over. It doesn't mean it's over. It just means that Donald Trump has work to do. It means Donald Trump has to take the narrative and get on social media. Have you guys been on social media?
No.
Not really.
But I was just looking up charms for your cat.
We got a call. I know, I saw. We got a call. Hey, caller, where are you from?
Right now, I'm from Kansas. This is named Jennifer calling.
Hi, Jennifer. What's going on?
Hi,
You said your name, Jennifer, right?
Hi, yeah. Yeah,
What
Jennifer.
What do you want to talk about, Jennifer?
Yeah. So, and what you're talking about with Nikki Haley, I don't have anything against Nikki Haley. But it was one time you mentioned that there would not be a mandate for Trump and that he would not get the House and the Senate.
Yep.
And I heard Don Jr. saying that if they took Nikki Haley, that Trump would get impeached and convicted in the first few months of his presidency, and that's why they didn't go for Nikki.
Why would he get it? That's an interesting point. Did you glean why Don said that? Jennifer, can you hear me?
Did you hear that?
Yep, now we can hear you. Why did Don Jr. say that, do you think? Trying to get her to. Can you hear me, Jennifer?
No, maybe bad connection.
Yeah, Jennifer, can you call me right back? I'm very interested to talk to you, but your connection's really poor. So can you call me right back? All right, let's hope she calls right back, because I really want to talk to her about that. I don't see why he would be impeached.
Hello?
Oh, Jennifer, can you hear me? Jennifer, can you hear us
Stay there.
now?
Don't move.
Jennifer, can you hear us?
Oh, no.
All right, we're going to have her call back. Jennifer, call us back. Call us back. Call us back. Call us back. All right, maybe I can call her. Can I dial out? I got to give you money?
Oh.
No, I'm not going to give you money. That's ridiculous. What is up with people? You know, God, no wonder why you guys sometimes get sick of me asking. I'm filling this in here real quick.
So should I order some butt charms for your cat? It's just too quiet.
No butt charms for my cat.
Make them. I just Googled butt charms for cat.
We did.
I am very much aware. I am
Yeah.
very much aware.
I'm always nervous to type things like that into my Google search.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if it would work on her. She's so fluffy. Her fur might swallow it up.
We're not putting a anal butt plug in my cat.
It's not. It's just a
necklace.
necklace.
What is wrong with you guys? No, it's that's what it resembles. No, you're not putting that shit on my cat.
A twinkle tush cat jewel. I think that sounds awful.
No. God, you sick bastards! You guys should be liberals.
Twinkle.
Jennifer, Jennifer, can you call back?
Oh, that's funny.
Because I don't understand why anyone would think that if Nikki Haley, there she is. Hey, Jennifer, can you hear us now? Hey.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can now. All right. So why did Don Jr. say that if Nikki Haley was the vice president, and that's really good to hear, that the only reason they didn't put her on the ticket was because of that. But does he think that Nikki Haley they were going to impeach him in order to put Nikki Haley in office because they would want her?
Because anything's better than Trump.
Well, then anybody's. Then why did they pick? Then why did they pick J.D. Vance? Because anything's better than Trump. Why would he pick Byron Donalds? Because anything's better than Trump.
Well, I think probably because Nikki Haley is a more classical Republican.
Sure.
Right. More establishment Republican.
Ooh, I don't know about the word establishment. Classic conservative, yes, but establishment. I don't know why. Why do you think she's an establishment Republican? What are some of your reasoning for that?
It's kind of hard for her because most of the establishment Republicans went never Trump.
That's true. They did.
Except for for Pence, who probably would have been never Trump if he hadn't been picked for vice president.
Oh, yeah. He was a never Trumper.
Right?
Even as vice president, he was a never Trumper. He's always been a never Trumper. That's one of the reasons why
he was loyal.
Yes, he was.
I mean,
yes, you and I agree. But loyalty does not necessarily mean that he's not a never Trumper. He was always that way. That was one of the conditions, is that they needed a Christian conservative, almost a zealot, to come in because the grab him by the pussy stuff came out, pardon my language. And that really
exactly.
But here's the thing: is Nikki Haley isn't a never Trumper and never has been.
No, she's never been a never Trumper, but she's real mainstream.
I don't know why you would say that. So let's define, Jennifer. I'm not arguing with you. I just want to get your perspective, and I am really interested. When you say mainstream, what does that mean? Owned by corporations?
And no, not necessarily. Just because I don't think of like all establishment Republicans as being owned necessarily.
Okay.
But I mean, all politicians are owned one way or another.
Agreed.
Sorta.
Agreed. So what does mainstream mean? Does it mean they're in the spotlight? Does it mean that they have media access? That they're paid shills? What when we say mainstream, what does that mean?
And well, I mean, I don't know because I didn't say it. It was Don Jr. that said it.
Got it.
And
okay.
I think he was on Megyn Kelly.
Okay. So
and I think.
Yeah. So
I'm the Jennifer that I was telling you about. I have that Victorian house.
Yes.
So I was on the road going from San Antonio to Kansas, where the Victorian house is, when I on a Saturday when I heard it on Megyn Kelly. And of course, when you're driving, sometimes you're not really like totally listening. So I wasn't really listening to what he was saying before that. But as soon as he said that, I thought, well, yeah, that would be horrible if he gets president and then they just impeach and convict him right away. And then,
well, that's what's going to happen no matter, that's what's going to happen no matter what. That's going to happen no matter what. So the moment if Donald Trump, well, they've already done it. They did it in 2016. They're going to do it again. So
they impeached him, but they couldn't convict him because they didn't have the Senate.
They're not going to be able to convict him anyway. They couldn't convict him now. So even with their majority in the Senate, they still couldn't convict him. You have to convict with a 60-40 split. It's a majority. You're not going to get a 50-50 with one split from Nikki Haley. That's not the way it works. You have to have a 60-40 majority. So it would have to be a 2/3 majority.
Which hopefully they wouldn't be able to convict, because that would be,
they wouldn't.
That's what he said. So you're not
going to get that conviction because the Democrats don't have enough votes. So you can look at the state map right now that I'm looking at, and you can look at the amount of senators in the Senate. It's actually more. It behooves. There's like a 33 to I believe 27 ratio proportion of Republican to Democrat overall votes when it comes to the constitutional change or senatorial representation. You have to have a 60-40. So that's where the filibuster comes in. So you're not going to get that. You're not going to have 60 people vote for impeachment on Donald Trump unless he does something completely insane. This is why Bill Clinton wasn't impeached. This is why they didn't move forward with Richard Nixon, and that's why they didn't go ahead and convict him 2 times. It doesn't matter. That's not going to happen, but they will impeach him. And being impeached and being convicted are 2 different things. So impeachment is like you're getting
totally.
You're indicted, right? You're indicted. That's all it is. It doesn't mean you're guilty. So you can indict anybody.
It's just an indictment. It's not a conviction.
Correct. So that's going to happen no matter what. But the whole Nikki Haley thing to me is you want to win. And I understand Trump's hesitancy, but J.D. Vance doesn't help him at all. In fact, it's hurting him desperately. And the female vote is going to flee from him because of J.D.'s comments. And you've got to be really careful because the things that he has said is very Stepford Wise type shit. And it's what's allowing them to put this new moniker of weird all over Republicans. You know, they're just weird. They're weird. They're weird. Well, J.D. Vance is a little weird. I'm not going to lie. I've really dived into some of his speeches, and I'm not horribly impressed with him. I didn't like the pick. I liked him overall in his current position. I think he's very smart, but now that he's under the microscope, I don't think he's holding up very well. And if Donald Trump wants to make a pivot, now's the time.
If Trump might change his pick.
He should do it right now. He should do it right now and call Nikki Haley and put her in, and he will immediately go up 5 points in the polls.
Well,
I think he should.
Me too.
Personally.
Me too. It took a long time for me to convince people of that. People, you don't know how many names I got called for saying Nikki Haley. Now everyone's like, holy shit, I wish we would have picked Haley. I'm like, I told you. Because this is what I told you was going to happen.
I was with you all the way. And then when I heard Don Jr. say no way on Nikki Haley, I was like, well, why not?
Well, because she was running against him, you understand? And he was going against his father, and she was getting 21% of the primary vote in big states.
No, this interview was after he already won it.
It doesn't matter.
It was a really recent interview.
Those primaries were still taking place, and those results. Thank you, Kevin. Those national see, you have to understand is the national results were still coming out, and we were still hearing where she was in the polling. So they had to separate themselves from her, and they had to disavow themselves from her even after the primaries. Nikki Haley going into the convention had a lot of power because she owned about 18% of those delegates, and she could have contested the actual vote for Donald Trump at the RNC. She didn't at the last minute. So what you heard was Don Jr. disavowing himself even further from Nikki Haley, and they had to, even after he had been the de facto RNC nominee. You got it?
Yeah, but no, I don't got it.
Oh,
because
why?
What if there's? Because he's still. This is before the RNC, and before the vice presidential nominee has been picked, and so why would that? Why would she do anything to hurt him if he was seriously talking to her about being the VP?
He wasn't seriously talking to her about being the VP at that point. In fact, he disinvited her from the RNC. She was completely ostracized from the Republican Party. Once she came out and said, I'm asking, I'm supporting Donald Trump, he completely ostracized her, would not allow her anywhere near any speaking events, disinvited her from the RNC. And then Nikki Haley came out and said, I will go ahead and, move my delegates and convince them to move forward. Once he did that, then she was invited to the RNC. She wasn't invited up until almost 72 hours before her actual show at the RNC. So they were continuing to distance themselves from her.
Because she was like holding them?
Yes. Yes, she had not
I
released
didn't
her
know
delegates. That. Well, of course, because this is what I've always tried to tell you is that she had a very prominent position with those delegates in order to go ahead and hold the vice presidency hostage against Donald Trump. And say, I want to contest his presidency because I have these many delegates. Let's go ahead and contest and have a floor vote. She had that power. Reagan did it in 76. And then the RNC pulled him to the side and said, wait, we'll give you 1980 as long as you just shut up. Ted Cruz did the same thing.
That.
Ted Cruz held his votes against in 2016 against Donald Trump and would not release his delegates to Donald Trump. And he almost contested a floor vote, and they convinced him not to. But remember, he would not endorse and shake Donald Trump's hand on the stage. So these things happen all the time. You can't endorse and say, oh, gee, woolly's me, we wish we had Nikki Haley as vice president. And then she goes, okay, fine. Well, I've got 21% of the delegates, and you better fucking give it to me, or I'm going to go ahead and contest a floor vote. So that's Don Jr. positioning and distancing himself from Nikki Haley. It doesn't bother me. She was an ambassador. He said she's going to be on, Donald Trump said she's going to be on his administration in a very high position. Just because Don Jr. says something doesn't necessarily mean that that's actually what's going to take place. I believe that Nikki Haley was absolutely considered to be vice president up until the last minute, because that would have been the dumbest thing not to. With as many votes as she will bring, how can you not consider her? It just doesn't make any sense.
Do you think that he went away from that at the end because Biden was still in it and was doing so poorly and looking so badly that he just
exactly? Yeah, I think JD Vance
go for the whole hog.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think JD Vance gives him the upper Rust Belt, and gives him, being that he's from Ohio, would help him in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, and hurt Biden because of the Muslim vote there now. And Whitmer gives them a lot of females. So they brought in JD Vance because he's well known in the area, and that would help them push into those states. But now that Joe Biden is out, there's a new focus, and that new focus is the Eastern Seaboard is now vulnerable. Pennsylvania and Virginia are now in question because Kamala Harris is very popular on the Eastern Seaboard. And she has been very, very popular on the Eastern Seaboard, even though she didn't win any electoral votes in 2020, or excuse me, primary votes in 2020. She still has a popularity because she was on the Joe Biden ticket. So it really has shifted the dichotomy of the election. Donald Trump should come out right now and say the following. JD Vance, I brought him on to hit the upper Rust Belt states. JD Vance is going to be on my administration. JD Vance is going to be a part of my team. But right now I need to shift, and I need to bring in a strong, nationally loved candidate like Nikki Haley, who can tackle abortion, who can focus on the border, but also hit Kamala Harris where she lives, because Kamala Harris is not the right minority woman to take over the presidency. It is Nikki Haley, who has a lifelong service of keeping her word and not being a progressive socialist. If you do that, you're going to piss off the MAGA base. They're going to cry and piss and moan, and Vivek Ramaswamy is going to go ahead and cry like a little bitch. And you're going to hear all the pundits cry. And in 2 weeks, they'll all get behind Trump, and Trump could very well win the presidency.
They'll all get over it.
They will. But it's not going to happen with JD Vance. I'm letting you know. JD Vance offers nothing to Donald Trump. Nothing. He's not going to give him anything.
No, I totally agree. And I hope that, just as much as you hope, that that's what takes place.
Yeah. Oh, Jennifer, you're a smart cookie. How long have you been watching the show?
I gotta say, I guess it's been about like a year now, maybe.
Yeah.
You showed up, one of your shows showed up, not live, but just on Facebook, in my feed one time. And I just keep getting a friend after friend hooked on you.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It's nice. I know you don't like Amy and Olivia very much, but they're not too bad too, are they?
Oh, no, I love Amy and Olivia. Oh. Of course I love them. They're so cute.
We're cute, Amy.
Amy's like, you fucker.
We're not the ones who make fun of the three named women.
I don't make fun of three named women make fun of themselves. So, Jennifer, real quick, now that we're looking at this map, right now I see two. Can you see the map or no?
Well, mine is, I can see the map sort of, because it's, I have it on my phone, but it's paused. Y'all are paused. So I can just see the map, but I don't see what you're doing with it.
Right now, Kamala Harris has 292. Trump would have 246. Georgia, blue or red? Where do you see it going?
Oh, God, I hope it goes back red.
Okay. So we're going to give Georgia red.
Before I lived in Texas, you know how you lived in a lot of places all over the country? I have too. And Georgia, I went to college in Georgia, Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta for a long time. And when I came to Georgia, it was blue. It was still blue, and it turned red while I was there. That's the whole, and that goes back to that we know the parties didn't switch. Because I know when it turned red.
Right. 1 second. Victoria says,
I'm not that old.
Oh, sorry. 1 second. Victoria says 3 names kind of like Matthew Owen Spear. Yeah, I do have a middle name, but I don't go by it.
And he
So
said a woman.
that's not quite the same thing, Victoria Robinson Lewis. Why don't you pick the man? Why don't you pick the guy you really, I mean, you love your husband. Why don't you pick? Right? Do you hyphenate your name just for that old flame in high school so he can still find you on Facebook? Listen, crazy ass lady, you better stop it. I swear to God, Victoria. Go ahead, Jennifer. Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. So real quick.
The reason I have mine is because I'm an engineer, and I was an engineer for a long time before I got married. And so I was already like my degree and everything.
You don't need to explain this to me. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Jennifer Allison.
You don't have to explain this shit to me. You don't know me any reason. Be 3 names, and it's just a running joke on the show. All right, Nevada, does that go red or not? Nevada, red or blue?
Who? Nevada? That's like the football. When
Jennifer, just pick a goddamn color, red or blue.
I'm gonna run to the rest really quick.
Okay,
sorry,
blue.
guys.
Sorry for saying goddamn and using the Lord's name in vain. Virginia, red or blue? Go pee. You don't need to ask my permission to piss. Go, Amy. Go ahead, Jennifer. Red or blue?
Which state?
Virginia.
Which state, red or blue? Virginia. Oh. As we are right now, I think blue.
Okay, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, Jennifer.
Just thinking of it.
Jennifer, are you thinking? Pennsylvania. Victoria better not be mad.
Probably blue, but I would think if the people in Pennsylvania
just give me a one-word answer.
Found out what Biden did, you would.
Jennifer, are we married? Jennifer,
would go red, but I don't think they will.
Jennifer, are we married? Can you just freaking say yes or no? Which color? Stop being my wife. It doesn't need to be a freaking debate. Just tell me which color, red or blue. Michigan, red or blue? Michigan, red or blue?
Well,
Michigan.
What you're saying, it could be red.
Red or blue? Which one? Red or blue? What do you think? What's your gut tell you?
Let's put it red.
Okay, red? Okay, you think he flips Michigan. Wisconsin?
Red.
Red? Oh my God. Minnesota?
Blue.
Okay. He wins 287 to 251. I think that's very lofty. I think it's going to be, he's going to lose Wisconsin and Michigan 276 to 262. She wins. That's where everything's telling me right now. And that's with him flipping Georgia and Arizona. It's going to be interesting. But listen, we're in about 2 weeks, we're really going to start getting into election time, like breaking down the electoral map, breaking down the individual districts. So, it's going to be interesting. And Jennifer, I love that you called. And Victoria says, oh shit, Victoria, she better be laughing. Oh, she is laughing. She says, so long story first, hubby was Robinson. I didn't change my name when we got married. I finally changed it after 14 years of marriage and he died. I'm not taking chances with this one, so I never officially changed it. I just hyphenated it. I love this lady. That's awesome. Victoria is the absolute shit. Jennifer, thanks for calling. That was fun. I like you. You're fun. You need to call in again.
Okay, yeah, I will.
All right, buddy. Talk to you soon. Be safe.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Bye. She's hilarious. God, I love it that people are starting to call in. This is what we should do.
I got a question for you.
12,
I was just thinking about this.
Say
it. Okay, everyone on Rumble needs to take a shot.
I didn't say it.
Yeah, you.
I said 12. 12, and then I stopped. Go ahead.
Okay, so, and I know this is just hypothetical, but so Donald Trump is a felon. Yeah. And Democrats want felons to vote, and felons aren't allowed to vote. So Donald Trump being a convicted felon, how is he allowed to run for president when felons can't vote? And is he going to actually be able to vote on election day because he is a felon?
Yeah.
And can Democrats use that against him and say, well, if a felon can run for office, why can't they vote?
Yeah. Okay. So the difference between a convicted and sentenced felon are two different things.
Okay.
There are different levels of felonies. And just because you have a felony doesn't mean you can't vote. The whole point is that if you have served your time and given back to the community reparations based upon the sentence that you fulfilled, you can vote.
Okay.
So felons, just because you get a felony doesn't mean you can't vote forever. It means you can't vote while you currently are serving your felony on probation or whatever it would be.
Yeah.
Felons are allowed to vote in certain states, depending. Some states just no, once you have a felony, you're done. But for the presidency, there's nothing that says if you have a felonious charge that you can't. And that is why. It is something that has been overlooked.
Okay. Got it.
Because let's face it, our founding fathers didn't think somebody with a fucking felony was going to run for president or anyone would vote for somebody with a felony. The time you have to understand, this is where my new book, The Book of Virtues from Benjamin Franklin, which will be sent to all of you if you want to purchase The Republic for Which It Stands box set, which it literally is a box and it's a set, will tell you all about the virtues of men back in the days, which would be to show loyalty towards their spouse, to show family values, that divorce and abandoning your family would essentially get a man shunned in the public eye, and he would be doing apprentice work for the rest of his life. And it talks about these standards that the founding fathers had. They did not have the foresight to actually think that that somebody who had a felony or was a criminal would ever be considered by anyone in the United States just because the standard of code of conduct. But obviously, we've left that by the wayside. I mean, that's just the way it is. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Gene says our founding fathers were all insurrectionists. No, they were revolutionaries. They were revolutionaries. And some people might think that is a minor detail, but an insurrectionist is a person who ultimately is opposing the government to replace themselves in, thank you, Stacy, is to replace themselves in the form of that and to insert themselves in that form of government. The founding fathers had no desire to insert themselves. They wanted to take it for the people and have the people establish their independence from England and establish who they would become. That's not the way it worked. And the people obviously pushed them forward as heroes of the country. And that's why they had so many people involved with the Declaration, with the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, not just one or two people. Even though one person penned it, you had multiple facets of people involved in the writing, which represented the constituencies. You had several members from the Anti-Federalist and Federalist parties. You had actually English representation there. You had landowners and people who were colonialists who had no deference for political party or affiliation in any way, shape, or form. And you had revolutionaries against forming a government and a federal government or a state and local government, people who had fought that against the British. So an insurrection is very different than a revolution. A revolution is the people overthrowing the government to have the people as a body replace that form of government for the betterment of the country. Insurrectionists are people who want to insert themselves into power. Very different, in my opinion. But maybe I'm just going through semantics, and I get your point. And yes, you're right. They in today's society, they would be labeled 1776ers. See what I did there? That no.
That. I do.
It's the basketball team.
You know what? No, not the basketball team. J6ers. J6ers 7. Oh, fuck. I think I'm going to make a shirt that says the 1776ers. I think that would be really cool. The 76ers. They still have a team, right? The Phillies. They do?
I think so. I used to go to their games all the time.
We could ask Ethan. He would know.
Hey,
what's going on, Donut Friendly Nation? Matthew Spear from the Donut Friendly Podcast.
Hold on.
It's interesting. I've had these books for, 3 years now.
I don't know why this is
and
playing.
I've got, 3 independent books.
Okay, so let's get into this. We've got some videos. We don't have a lot of time left, and we need to get everyone involved here because this has kind of been the one-man show, and I apologize. This is what happens when we break out the electoral maps. I want you guys to watch some stuff that I have collected over. Here's probably one of the best ones.
I come too far. I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me.
And you all helped us win in 2020, and we're going to do it again in 2024.
I don't feel no
2024. Faux show. I got my faux shizzle, my bizzle.
Kamala does better than Hillary.
Well, that's because Hillary is very white.
Yes, but she does carry hot sauce with her. So
exactly.
Enjoy this. I just wanted to let you guys know that I have decided to vote for Kamala Harris. I didn't think it was going to be this easy for me to change my vote. I mean, I am a Trump supporter, and I've always been, but I can't deny that when videos like this are surfacing, they get me in my twiggle bits and berries, and this one really does tickle the fancy. I don't know about Carol Raskin commented on Matt's post last week. What? Who? I don't understand the joke. What's funny?
Carol Raskin from isn't she the lady from Tiger King? Is that the show? Or is that Carol Baskin? I don't know. It sounds like the lady from Tiger King.
I have no idea what that's about. Whatever. But this lady, I'm now voting for Kamala Harris, and this is why this video changed my mind, and it probably will change yours. This lady, first of all, you could park a truck on her forehead.
Yeah, she's got a 7 head.
Holy shit. I mean, Conehead in Saturday Night Live, yes.
Yeah, she needs bangs.
She looks like Lady Deadpool without the mask. So here's the thing I'll say, is this woman doesn't have any kids, and all she does is gaslight people. And she comes out and goes, I don't have any kids, and I'm not married, and I'm happy, and you just love this sexy, beautiful, liberal body. And I'm like,
sure.
You basically look like Meredith Grey from Grey's Anatomy with Down syndrome. So I don't know what she's talking about, but not attractive, not attractive at all. But here's the video. She does look like Meredith Grey.
A little bit, yeah.
With Down syndrome. Okay, here it is. And please, for the love of God, nobody's Matt, how dare you, my kid? I know, okay? I know. It's a joke. Humor. Oh, see, I can't even play it. It's so bad. Nice bra. I mean, is that Victoria's Secret? Okay, here it is.
Probably Target.
I am going to say I got a boner after I watch this. I'm just going to tell you.
Being child-free threatens the patriarchy. We don't need no man. We can do everything he can. Busted! I'm a bold lip. Taylor's on my side. I'm a bold lip. MAGA starts to cry. What? I'm a bold lip. And Taylor's on my side.
Yeah, she is.
I'm a bold lip. MAGA starts to cry.
Shit you not. This isn't a joke. This isn't a
Can
parody.
we redo this? I already have so many ideas.
Yeah, let's cut that video. I'm down.
I'm so down, but I don't know. Was she talking about Taylor Swift? I don't know. Is
Yes.
that,
Yeah, Taylor's on her side. I don't think she's talking about Tyler Kirshner or whatever. No.
I don't think she's a bold lip. I would do like a bold lip, first of all. I also want to have showing a man doing something that a woman physically can't. I just want to redo this video.
There are a few things like pee standing up. That's something women can't do effectively. You talk about we pee on the seat. Holy shit, you try it.
Yeah, I don't like her. Just based off of this video, I don't.
She just gaslights people. I'm a bold woman, and she walks down and she's like, it's just like, this is what I'm talking about, and she's got millions of followers, and I'm just like.
Why?
What the fuck is wrong with you? How do you make? Why do you people?
If I did that, I could get millions of followers too. I'm just. saying.
I'd follow you. Yeah, I'd follow you.
I'm not going to. I'm going to make up terrible songs and wear a bra. No, I can't even do that.
This is horrible, and I don't mean to make fun of her looks. She
that's
put
why she
herself
can
out
do it.
there. Yeah.
She can wear a bra around and dance around because she doesn't have kids. She has no one to embarrass in the future. My children,
Right.
I God forbid they ever see
Child.
I don't even show them pictures of like me in high school just because I was a nerd. But I don't want to do something now that's gonna come back and my kids are gonna be like, oh my gosh, mom, we literally hate you for the way you behaved and you put it online.
Listen, I think what you should do is you should do a video instead of bold lib. You should put mold lips because she obviously hasn't had sex since she, got rid of her dog in the jar of peanut butter. But you make something funny. Do a video. We'll hit her with it, and we'll see if the thing is we'll get 7 people liking it, and she'll get millions of views. There's people who actually follow these people. And they're like, "Oh, you're a revolutionary. You go, girl." And I'm like, you know what? I do videos that really like kind of transcend most other videos. They help you connect it up, and people. I get like 100 likes, and this bitch makes $30,000 off that video, and it's complete garbage and trash. I think I'm gonna dress up in that gold sequin dress and do it. Yeah. I think I might get a few more likes. Gaslighting liberals. Oh, by the way, folks, just want to let you know it's racist. It's completely okay if you pretend you're black, but it's not okay to challenge and call someone out when they do pretend they're black. That's racist. It's not racist to pretend you're black, but it's racist to call out somebody who is pretending they're black. Just take mental notes. Merry Christmas.
Is that
okay, so what we're going to cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because you are Indian.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God, Vicky, stop liking shit on Twitter. You're blowing up my feed.
And I
Lord, lady. Listen.
We love the likes.
No, listen. That's Vicky. Vicky goes through my feed and does this every week, and she'll do it 175 times, and it literally sounds like I'm a submarine pinging for German U-boats.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so let's listen to this. Enjoy the. Oh my God. Okay, I'm muting you. I love you, Vicky. You're the best. Here it is.
Okay, so what we're going to cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because you are Indian.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go.
Yeah.
What shit you talking about, motherfucker?
She's like a
She
chicken
ain't
though.
Indian. She's black. What the hell is she talking about, my Kamala? Kamala mama? She ain't Indian. Hold on now. Let's hear this again.
Okay, so what we're going to cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you are Indian.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like the thing we're so excited about to have you running for president.
Yeah.
So we're both Indian,
Yes.
but actually we're both South Indian.
Yes. You look like the entire one half of my family.
Okay, thank you.
You do.
I've been telling people
You
we're
do.
related already, so this is perfect. It's basically true.
Dude, why don't you guys do something with the fucking onion? I mean, seriously, you guys just start fucking boning in the middle of the. I mean, seriously, man, look at the way Kamala, she's putting her boobs out. I mean, she's giving the signals, man. She's sending off radar. Awooga, awooga, dive.
And so were you raised eating South Indian food?
South Indian food.
Okay, so
So I love the fact of seeing women in the kitchen. So I don't want to go ahead and knock that off, but
Oh my God.
seriously, how is it racist for anyone to say after she openly admits she's Indian? She's not black. I'm sorry. Black
She
is
part black, right?
She's Jamaican. That's not black. It's African American. That black is African American. She's Jamaican and Indian. She's not Blamaican. There's no such thing.
I like that.
She's
like
Blafrica. Where are you from? I'm from Blafrica. Where? She's black. She's not black. She's Jamaican and Indian. So, okay, so let me get this straight, okay? Just to make sure I understand. You can be from Jamaica and be African American. You can be from India and be African American. And you can be from Kenya and still be from Hawaii. Okay, I got it down. Democrats have set the standard. I completely understand now. How is it racist? So can she no longer go ahead and claim that she is Indian?
You would think, but no.
Am I wrong here?
No, you're not.
It's not a technicality. If you're from
It's
Jamaica,
just like
you're
Elizabeth Warren and her whole.
Right. Well, no, Elizabeth Warren is more Native American than she is black. That's the fucking scary thing. Elizabeth Warren is 1,084th American Indian, and that's still more. That's black. I'm blacker than Kamala Harris. I've got 3% African American blood. We owned slaves. My grandparents were having sex with Nubian females. For God's sakes, I'm not proud of it. I'm just letting you know what happened. I got some slave in me. I can feel it. Someone name the movie.
I know.
No, you don't get to do it. So
It's we just watched it, although I wasn't
we did.
there.
We did.
I can't think of the name of it. With the movie with
We just watched it and
Billy
I wasn't
Bob.
there. Primary
I
colors.
wasn't there. Thank you. I wasn't there, but I was supposed to be there. I had a migraine.
So can I say I'm African American now because I have African American blood? Can I say that?
It's fine. I mean, if you're from South Africa, you could still say you're African American, right? Because you're African.
Because apartheid? Because
if you're from Africa,
I buy ice cream with Cougaran? What are you talking about? What?
if you're from Africa,
Yeah.
then you can say, and you live in America, you're like both. Then why can't you be African? You can be white and be African American.
No, I've got black blood in me.
Sure.
Like African American blood. And Olivia, tell them about my curly hair. It's ridiculous.
I thought you were
Like,
going somewhere else with that comment.
No. That hair's curly too. But this is like I have a dick fro for sure. Like I work out, I'm like,
Oh,
and the thing
golly.
goes. Phoom. I mean, it looks like Larry's hair from Three's Company. Remember Larry?
It was not asking.
I don't manscape. I let that go. Just let that go. It's a gift that keeps on giving, man. Seriously, you never know what you're gonna get. So anyway,
I don't believe him because I know he loves you more than that.
Oh, dude, I mow that lawn always. I mean, there's times in the shower where I have one leg up on the rafter.
Oh, Matthew.
What? Is this wrong? Are we not supposed to be talking about this?
Let's not be descriptive.
Oh,
here.
Debbie says too much information. Sorry about
Exactly.
that, folks. Sorry about. I just thought a perfectly scoring scrotum was something that you talked about live on a show. So. So I can now I can go ahead and next time I do my taxes or next time I apply for a job, I can put down that I'm African American, right?
Where wasn't her Jamaican family slave owners?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Sure. But so were mine. So I'm Blafrican too. I love it. I want to show you a video. Viewer sent to me. This one's supposed to be good. This is, I don't like her grunt style shirt. I can tell you she's off to a bad start. So I'm going to have to get her on my show and I'm going to have to get her a Don't Unfriend Me shirt.
I like her.
Okay.
Is she the girl that's like the lesbian, but she's like a very conservative lesbian? Is this the girl?
I have no idea because I didn't look up her skirt. I didn't ask, but I'm assuming she must. She looks like a lesbian. I'll tell you that much. She looks a lot more lesbian than Kamala Harris looks black. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I'm not sure. There's a lady I follow on TikTok and she's like openly talks about how she's a lesbian and she talks about why LBG alphabet community should not be voting for Kamala or ever on the left. She's like, I think that might be her. Maybe it's not her. I don't know. Let's watch it.
You're spoiling the video.
Sorry.
Yes, it's the same girl, but I'm pretending I don't know because I want the people to watch the video. Just FYI.
I don't get social cues.
Obviously not. Is it okay if I play the video now? Can I play this?
Please do. Yes.
Thanks.
Hey, this is the video that I saw earlier, and she goes ahead and says God dies in the end. Oh, thanks. Did you see Deadpool 3 yet?
Not yet. We're gonna go this weekend.
You gotta go. We'll go with you.
Yeah.
We're not even allowing you to invite us. We're going. Okay, watch this.
Well, I think we're going with some other people. You guys are welcome to come too, though.
I don't care. Listen, I don't give a what. You don't think they'll like me? What are we, clowns?
No, they'll love you.
Oh.
They live right down the street from you, and you will freaking love them.
Okay.
Just
all right. Can we play the video? Yep. Okay, here we go. I love you, Amy.
Okay.
Me too. Thank you.
You're the best.
I started to do this in a 60-second video, and it's too much to put out. So listen, Take it from somebody who is gay. Me. I'm not going to say LGBTQ, LMNOP, don't know, don't care, don't follow that, don't feel the need to shove my beliefs or my lifestyle down other people's throats. And some of you are going to get offended by this, and I don't really care. So here's the thing. Trump is not going to mess with gay rights. He's not going to touch gay rights.
Correct.
Everything that my generation fought for, and like-minded individuals are also voting for Trump because we understand the truth. We look beyond the BS of it all. Those of us that see this, we fought for this. I served in the military during Don't Ask, Don't Tell. I actually lived in a time where my orientation was oppressed. I don't care to shove it down other people's throats. I don't care to live behind that because that is not my identity. I want to live my freaking life in peace and be left alone. Those of you that are shoving all these pronouns and all this crap down people's throats, you're creating a problem. For those of us that actually fought for gay rights, you're creating a problem. Because all we wanted was to be treated just like any other American and given the same rights. Guess what? We got that. That's why we're quiet. That's why we don't run our mouths. But y'all are making us look bad. And I'm going to tell you, as a gay person, I don't care about your fake pronouns. All of that is bullshit. All of that is mental illness. And go ahead and report this and whine and cry about it. You make us look bad. Trump doesn't want to take our rights. What Trump did, he didn't even say that transgender couldn't serve in the military. He said they had to be post-transition to serve in the military.
Yep.
Which means they had to be done with all the money part of it to serve in the military.
Correct.
I served in the military, did 2 deployments overseas. Again, during Don't Ask, Don't Tell. The problem with this is you have transgenders that are joining the military, being placed under a non-deployable status, and veterans, if you're seeing this, you're going to understand what I mean.
Yep.
They're being placed under a non-deployable status while the U.S. Army is, or the military, the government is paying for their transition.
1.5 million on average.
By the time they're done with their little transition, oh, look at that, my ETS date is coming up, so they go in. And they literally sit in the military and they suck the funds from the government for their little transition while under a non-deployable status doing absolutely nothing proactive for this country or the military. And then they turn around and they ETS and they go out into the free world. Trump put an end to that. Trump said you had to be done with your transition before you could join the military because he wasn't going to have federal funds sucked into a transition such as that. So no, he's not against transgender. He is not against any of it. But he is against federal funds being used for your personal transition. That's what it is.
I like her.
Oh, so do I. Let's get her on the show.
Yeah.
Who's going to go do it? Olivia or Amy?
Amy, because she's a fan.
I follow her. I don't know her name, but I follow her. So this is a while ago. I liked one of her videos. She's just a cool person. She doesn't always talk about politics. She's also funny. Like, she has a good sense of humor. She's just like I like her TikTok page.
Well, let's get her on because I would love to have her on. So Amy, go get her. Tell her we want her on. Tell her she's just the lesbian we're looking for.
Oh.
If this is something you embrace, if this is something you share on your page,
yeah.
If you believe that breastfeeding a child with a prosthetic pair of Amy's is okay, it's not. If you believe in taking it in the ass on the legislative floor in Washington, D.C., if you believe diddling a Chinese spy is okay, if you believe in this green-eyed fucking monster right here who basically just looks like a fucking brittle sunflower seed with purple hair and glasses, if you believe you're in the military and you act and align as a dog and wear a mask and you're a general in the army, you don't fucking get to call us weird anymore. I'm sorry. It's amazing when you go so far to the point of delusion and insanity that the actual normal and sane and rational people look crazy, that doesn't make us weird. You guys are so far out to fucking lunch that the stuff that you do is so insanely stupid that normal now looks crazy. I'm sorry. I don't need to cut off my genitalia to be normal. I don't need to embrace 64 pronouns to be normal. I don't need to believe that a man is a woman and a woman is a man to be normal. I don't need to kill babies to be normal. I don't need to euthanize Native Americans to be normal. I don't need to put people in chains to be normal. I don't need to make laws that ultimately systemically keep people down for 150 some odd years. I don't need to go ahead and inject chlamydia and other types of venereal diseases into black people and then go ahead and leave them for almost 40 years with these VDs after the testing and not give them the basic cures that they need and not fund to take care of them. And you let them continue to have those venereal diseases for most of their life. We don't need to go ahead and pretend that we're the party of civil rights and the party of LGBTQ because Joe Biden lets it slip, or because somehow we realize that we have to go ahead and secure votes that we're losing because people are waking up to the progressive liberal policies are complete dog shit. We don't need to create inner city ballot harvesting clinics by keeping African Americans on food stamps or having eugenics since 1920 forced through their neighborhoods to eliminate their black population. By the way, if you didn't know, in certain cities and certain counties in the United States, there are more babies aborted than born. And these are all African American populations. We don't get to sit here and piss on you and tell you it's raining and that inflation is transitory. We don't have to sit here and tell you that your groceries and that your savings account are $8,000 in arrears, but that's okay because you can handle it because you're an American. We don't get to sit here and tell you that the housing market is really, really strong and the federal interest rates really aren't that big of a deal to most Americans. We don't go ahead and sit here and tell you that gas prices are fine and that you should pay $8 at the pump and be happy about it because it could be $9. We don't go ahead and take your taxes and go ahead and throw them out and give another 30 million fucking people forgiveness on their student loans when we've already went to college or chose not to, and we don't want to go ahead and pay for this crap, but we're having not only to pay for our kids and our own loans, we now have to pay for your fucking mistakes. We didn't ask for our credit cards to be forgiven. I don't know. I had almost $36,000 in credit card debt. It's not even on my credit card report. It's gone. I've called Chase and said, I want to write you a check. How do I pay you back? We ran up debt on credit cards during COVID and they said it's been forgiven. I didn't ask you to forgive it. You didn't forgive it. You passed it on to the taxpayer.
I didn't get that.
I got it. $36,000 credit card. Didn't even hit our credit report.
Damn.
I didn't ask for that shit. I've asked multiple times, how do we pay it back? They won't. There is no record of it. We're not the party that sits here and pretends that because we embraced Japanese internment camps, we embraced the Ku Klux Klan, we embraced racism, that we had 700,000 blacks march in Chicago in the 1970s under the DNC banner. Folks, that was 54 years ago. This isn't ancient history. We don't sit here and pretend. We don't call people Nazis and deplorable and homophobes and xenophobes. We don't call you racist. We don't call you Nazis. We don't call you the uneducated. We don't call you a flyover state. We don't celebrate by putting somebody in criminal fucking chains financially or trying to imprison our political opponents. We certainly don't celebrate the assassination attempts on any American. We just like to kill Iranians. Can you blame us? I'm sick and tired of these fucking little twats sit here and say, you're weird. You know what? We used to punch little shits like you and stuff you in fucking lockers and duct tape your ass cheeks together. You are the people we used to beat the fuck out of in high school. And now you've got a little bit of power. I'm done with this shit. I think we should look up every one of these fucking politicians' bullies in high school and arrange a meeting for their bullies to kick the shit out of them again because they need it. There's something you people haven't learned is stop fucking with other people. I don't want to be involved in your life. I don't care what you do. I don't care who you are. You can believe in any God you want. You can eat green jello naked, standing upside fucking down while you read the Quran. I don't give a shit. But the moment that I have to celebrate your delusion and your insanity is where I draw the line. We're not weird. We're sick and tired of your bullshit. There's a very big difference. And once again, when the normal seems insane, maybe the problem isn't us. Maybe the problem is you. That's all I got to say. Amy,
Amen.
turning it over to you, Amy.
I identify as weird. I always have, and I probably always will. I don't know. I don't take offense to it. I really don't care. They say a lot of things about us, and I think we need to. I think collectively we need to say, you know what? It is time to get out of high school and stop name calling, and let's talk about the facts here, everybody. Let's show what your teammate has done, and let's talk about what our teammate has done, and let's have a debate amongst the media, the right versus the left. You know what I mean? That would be fun. And just show hey, we all have the sources. We all have this crap. But yeah, I do identify as weird. I was always weird. I was always weird. Always weird. Still am.
I once again believe that Jesse Waters steals my content on my show because you want to know what he said today? Everyone's heard me say it a million times. It's time for some conservatives to stop being so fucking nice. We've been Christian. We've been kind. We haven't cussed. We don't call them out on their shit, and we always turn the other cheek. Enough of that. There's enough Graham Allens. There's enough Glenn Becks. It's time for some Matt Spears. I'm fucking done. I'm done. You know what? You guys want a war of words? Fuck it. Bring it on. I'm ready. You want to go ahead and compare history? You want to compare notes? Bring it the fuck on. You want to talk about the Constitution of the United States? Let's go. But if you're going to sit, I don't have a problem with the Democrats and the choices that they've made. All parties have made mistakes. Shit, we created social welfare. We created Social Security. We created food stamps. Classic liberalism made a shit ton of mistakes before it realized to get government out of the lives of the people. Go look at 1940. We sounded like Democrats. Progressive. Extended leave, Social Security, welfare, work furlough, disability pay. Give me a break. We were horrible. And we realized that we were destroying the country. So what did we do? We moved to conservative principles, classic liberalism. And what did the liberals do? They embraced our fucked up policies. And they have been screwing up the country for 75 years. It's not that liberals aren't needed, folks, because they are. Because when you take liberals out of office, you lose things like infrastructure. You lose things on focusing on the home and education and the infrastructure inside of education. You lose the arts. You lose compassion with people. But when you have liberals in too much, you weaken your national defense. You weaken your geopolitical disposition. You weaken the military. You weaken the dollar. There is an ebb and flow to politics, and it should be a healthy balance of Democrats and Republicans moving in and out of power so we can continue to focus on multiple facets of what our country needs. We've had enough liberals. We've had 4 years out of the last 16 fucking years. Enough. It's time for some conservatives to serve. It's time to give them the House and the Senate, and let's go back to doing what we need to do, which is having a strong national defense, secure our border, invest in the dollar, stabilize the world's economy, and stay the fuck out of everybody's lives. That would be nice. Liv, your time.
Well, I identify as a princess, so y'all need to call me Royal Highness now.
I do
so
every time. I always say, Your Royal Highness, may I have another? I say it all the time.
Oh, you're
folks,
funny. Thanks everyone for watching.
The Republic for which it stands. Tonight's the last night to donate. It's July 31st. Tomorrow is August 1st. We'll have a new donation goal. Looks like we're ending at $3707.56. Little over $500, a little under $500 over our goal. That is an amazing thing. Thank you for funding the Donut and Friend Me show. Thank you for keeping us going. We appreciate it. If you have, we still have a couple of hours, so 3 hours until midnight. If you would not mind and you like the show and you like what we do here, and you want to see Amy make a response video, then an inappropriate, you can go ahead and
appropriate one, not inappropriate.
Oh, I thought it was inappropriate. Oh shit, sorry, appropriate. My bad. You can donate to the show at linktapgo.com/thedumbshow.
Adjusting
I
transmitter.
I forgot to put that. Why is that not on there, Livia?
What?
The Link Tap Go is not on here.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't notice.
That's weird.
We got lots of donations considering, so maybe
I posted it all night long.
Yeah. That's okay. That just needs to be like that. I don't know why it reverted. That's okay. Other than that, that's it, folks. We'll be back tomorrow with a recorded show, and we will have some news. And Matt has to run around in a bikini. No, we want to make money. We don't want to lose it. Folks, thanks for watching the Donut and Friendly Show. God bless. And ladies, do you have anything else, or are we good to go?
Good to go.
See you tomorrow, y'all. Go buy a shirt tomorrow. This will be available for pre-order. The Republic for Which It Stands with the 3 books will be available for pre-order. I'll make sure I let you know. Be weird. Somebody says, Stacy says weird stands for wise example in Republican defense. I think we can do better. Whiskey. Whiskey. What would E be? Come on, ladies. Whiskey for weird. E would be what?
Somebody put something in the comments.
Yeah, it's not good. I don't like it. Stacy tried. It's not good enough. Whiskey.
E would be amphetamines. That's an A.
You mean methamphetamine?
Euphrates? I don't know.
I think you're stereotyping Republicans, and it's not Wimired. It's W-E. E would be excellence. Whiskey, excellence. I for independence. R for Republican, and D for Dingleberry.
I was going to say,
Whiskey,
we all know where the D comes from.
Echo, Indigo, Romeo, Delta. There you go.
I think I'm going to make a shirt that just says weird. I think it'd be great with a period. I'm going to do it like the Got Milk shirt. Or we may be weird, but you're fucking sick. Something like that. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching the Donut Friendly Show. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Night, y'all.
Adjusting transmitter.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.